So ever since it was announced last year that we would be getting a sequel to the George Lucas movie Willow on Disney Plus, I've really only had one big question on my mind. Are we going to get George's sequel story in this series, or are we going to get something completely different? Let's talk about that today here in the Geek Corner. Hey there everybody, it's Rev Kev. So great to have you here at the Geek Corner today. Would love you to hit that subscribe button. Would love you to hit like, dislike, comment, just be a part of the community here. So this past Sunday was Father's Day. My son and I went on a little bit of a road trip with my wife as well. And we went to visit a whole bunch of different thrift stores so I could try to find the missing books that I need to complete my Star Wars Expanded Universe collection. And my heart literally leapt when I was looking through one of the stores because they had a copy of Shadow Moon by George Lucas and Chris Claremont. Now, I had this book when it first came out in 1995. I had it in a hardcover edition of this book, and I loved this book because this is the sequel story to the movie Willow. A lot of people don't realize that this ever came out. It didn't get a lot of press. It didn't even really get a lot of love, to be honest, from fans of the movie Willow, because this had a very different tone to it. Whereas Willow was very fun, very cute, had a lot of humor in it, was really accessible to, like all of George's work, really, to younger children. So this was kind of him in that fantasy world now, kind of creating fantasy stories for children. Whereas this book here, Shadow Moon, which was book 1 in the Chronicles of the Shadow War, was not. Like, it was dark for a George Lucas story. It was dark for a Willow sequel. But there was amazing things in here. So I don't want to really spoil this too much. But one of the big things that I loved the most in this was just what had really come and happened with Elora Danan and kind of that baby that we see from the first movie, and how there was this prophecy how, you know, she was going to save the world, she was going to defeat the evil Queen Bavmorda, but really the baby didn't defeat the queen. It was Willow and his friends, you know, because of the baby bringing them all together, that defeated the queen. But this really gets deeper into the lore of the world and things like that. And when you meet Elora in this book series, she's a spoiled brat. No one likes her because she's lived a life of privilege. She has never had any problems. People are always waiting on her. And she's a spoiled brat. And so you got to deal with this in order to save the world. So finding this book, it's in like perfect condition. The spine is not broken. It's a first printing in paperback. This is like, the geek in me was freaking out when I found this, and so I am so looking forward to reading this again. I'm going to read it so gently so I don't break it. You know, I don't have to really get my thick glasses to read this small print. But great book. And the question that I'm really asking myself is, will the Willow sequel that was announced last fall, will we see any of this in it? Sadly, I think the answer to that's going to be no. But I'm going to give this series a read again. Hopefully I can find the other 2 books in paperback. If not, I can get them electronically from the bookstore. But I'm going to be reading this a lot, and I might be kind of talking a little bit about this on the channel here as I go through this. To just see what some of the cool stuff that comes out of this book that was an original idea from George Lucas. Will we see this in the sequel series on Disney Plus? Again, I'm not holding on for any hope of that happening, but I would really love to be wrong. I would love to see some of George's ideas brought back into this series because they've seen how it didn't really work out for them by not using any of George's ideas for the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. So don't make that same mistake again. That's just kind of my quick thoughts. Wanted to put this video up because I was so excited when I found this. So would love to know, did you ever read Shadow Moon? Would love to know your thoughts of it in the comment section below. And as always, I so appreciate each and every one of you being a part of the community here. And until the next video, God bless you.